All right, we're going to talk about what I call touring with George Michael. So after I did these couple music videos and the publicity shoots, they started the Faith Tour in 1988. I was lucky to get hired by management, by Michael Littman, to go on tour. And the first place I got to go to was Sydney, Australia and Melbourne, Australia for about 3 weeks. And then after that, I went to Hawaii, and from Hawaii came back to LA, and then I picked up the tour somewhere, I think in Washington, D.C. I also shot Detroit, I shot New York and LA, and a few other places. But for me, it was my first time touring, and I could not tell you how great it was. It was first class hotels, first class flying, private jets, just amazing. And I thought that's how all tours went. I thought, if this is how touring is, I'm gonna tour forever. But I found out later on it's not. A tour bus sucks. So I was able to shoot lots of great shots that I love. This is one of my favorite shots of George that I did live. This shot actually ended up being on the cover of, I have here the cover of Billboard magazine. A lot of stuff was used for different reasons. There was posters, there was calendars and t-shirts and things like that. This is another one of my favorite shots just because he's wearing the famous BSA jacket. Can't remember what cities these were shot in. In Australia, you know, we had a lot of time off, so we got to party a lot and have good times. And I discovered tequila on tour. Everybody introduced me to tequila and had a lot of fun. And before that, I never really drank, so this was a lot of fun for me to start drinking. In New York City, he played Madison Square Garden. That was my first time at Madison Square Garden. You know, in Hawaii, he performed with Elton John, and I have that picture here somewhere. He performed with Elton John, and that was really great. Because I got to meet Elton John. I actually had dinner with Elton John. In Detroit, he performed with Aretha Franklin, another icon. I think it's the only time he sang Knew You Were Waiting with Aretha live. That was an amazing experience. And then behind the scenes, there was lots going on. There was just friends coming and going and just lots of parties and lots of fun. And we used to always just hang out together as a little group. And I got to know George better that way, and he would always, he'd always let me take snapshots. He never said no, but he would kill the photos and not let me use them. That was, I think, his trick, was like, I had to have him approve everything, and so he would let me shoot everything, but then he would kill everything. And then towards the end of the tour, I would get him to approve more and more. As the more he trusted me, the more he approved. My favorite moments on tour, honestly, were just the times at the shows, just watching the crowd go crazy. The best crowd ever, I have to say, was in Melbourne, Australia. There's a huge Greek community there, and they love George. And I remember watching 20,000 people go crazy over him, you know, just shaking his ass or doing a dance move, and just looking out on the crowd and watching 20,000 people go nuts. That was truly, truly amazing. I also loved when he performed in LA, because in LA you had the Hollywood crowd, all the celebrities came backstage and got to see all sorts of people and you know, friends of his there. So it was like a big deal.